Hello viewers, this is Ilyasoft software company and I am your instructor Muhammad Ilyas. And these tutorials we are learn school management systems. So now let's open File Explorer and create School Management System folder. Inside this folder create two subfolder. The one is your application. The other one is database folder. Here we are store database. Now copy the database path. In this video we are create database for school management system. So now copy the path and open your SQL Server Management Studio Microsoft SQL Server 2014. Now find from here your server and now connect. Then open database folder and right click new database and write the database name here school GTDB. Database. Now paste the path here and click OK button. This is your database which is created inside this folder. Now go to database, find your database and then right click on table. Now here we are creating tables here for user types. So now user type ID, type ID, type name, and description. Now these fields mark a primary key. User type ID is a primary key. And now go to this field properties like this are select and go to and scroll down and select identity specification and click yes. Identity increment, identity exceeds 1 TK. Okay, so now right click and type the name here user type table. Table is a definitions of data of table. So now user type table, press OK button, right click and refresh and then expand it. You get the user type table here. Right click, create another table which is user table. So now user ID integer, user type ID, this foreign key, primary key and foreign key must be same. Their data type, allow null property and also the name, because we are using data for best first approach in this for this project. Now copy the name here and paste here. Okay. and now int full name, right, and varchar 100 full name, then username, password, contact number, email address 150, and address 300. Now select user type, user ID, mark as a primary key, and now go to identity specification and click yes, and right click table name and type the table name here, user table, and click OK button. Now right here relationship, add, and click here select the primary key table, user type table, and now select the field user type ID, and also select the foreign key here from user table and press OK button, and then close and right click and save the changes. Now so here right click and refresh. Now see here, this is your primary key, this is your foreign key, and this one is your primary key, and this one is your foreign key. Now open the user type table. Here is only the primary key, because this primary key and this table has mark has a foreign key. So first is the this table identify the foreign key, and this one is the primary key, foreign key, and this one is the primary, and from and this table is a primary key and this table is a foreign key. Okay, and now right click here, close both tables, and now right click in table. The third table is a session table. So now right click and type the and add attributes to this table. So session ID, user ID, name. Sessions means 2014 to 2015, 2018 maybe 2021. This is the sessions, which is a start date and end date. Now 150 and write the start date, session start date, and session end date. Select session, primary key, and now identity column. Select your user ID, right click relationship, add, and now click your table and column specifications. Go to your user table, select user ID, this is your primary key table, and now here select the user ID and press OK button, and then close, right click and type the name of table here, session table, and click OK button. Now right click and add program table, program ID, remove this E, program ID, user ID, name, start date, and status. And the default value is 1. Right click, select this, mark as a foreign key, and go to 20 and mark as a yes. And then right click here, relationship, add, and now open table and column specifications, and now select primary key table, which is a user ID, user table, and select the attribute is one is user ID, and also select and foreign key table is a user ID column. And now OK button and close, right click and type program table, OK button. Now right click here and add another table, close it. Class table. So now class ID, name, and status. By default it's be true, means 1. And now primary key and also identifiers identity is true. Now right click, type the name of table, and press OK button. Now right click, now add the section table. Now the section table is section ID, section name, and also the section status. Now not mention the status of sections, but write the user ID. Now select this, remove from here this user ID, and now select this and mark it as the identity specifications. Identity column is identity. This must be entity is identity column T. Okay, so now write the name here, the table name here, section table, and now press OK button. Right click here and add another table is the subject table. So now write the subject table. Subject ID, user ID, name, origin date, registration date, total marks, and type the descriptions also. and now select this as a mark as a primary key, and also true the is identity property. And now select this, right click relationship, and now press add button and select the tables and column specifications. Open, select primary key table, and also select the primary key column. Now select the foreign key column from this table. Now press close, right click and type the name is this table is subject table, and press OK button. And now the name table is class subject table. Class subject table. Close, right click and refresh, and then tab right click create new table. So now write the class subject ID. In this table we are adding subject to class. So class ID, subject ID, name, sorry, 150. This is the length of this field. Okay, right? Name, right, is active. Its status it must be by default true. And now select this, mark as a primary key and also as a is identity. And now right click here, relationship, and now add select primary key table, which is user ID, and now also select the class. So now select the class table, where's the class table here. Now class ID, and press OK button, and then now the other one is the subject. So now select subject table, select the primary key field, which is the subject ID, and now select the foreign key column from this table, current table. So now press OK button, close, right click and close, and write the table name subject table, and now press OK button. Right click on table, yeah. Now add the student table. So the student table, student ID, student ID, session ID, program ID, class ID, user ID, student name, sorry, type 150, father name, and varchar 150. And now the date of birth, and it's the date, gender, and voucher 50, contact number and voucher 50, mark as allow null, CNI SIM and voucher mark as null, father CNI SIM, father NIC and voucher, which NIC means candidate national identity card, and also the further national identity card number. So now write also here 50 and photo, student photo and voucher 150, mark as a alumnal and admission date, previous school, and voucher 150, previous percentage, float, also mark as a alumnal and also the name. So now email address and voucher 150, alumnal address and voucher 300, nationality and voucher 150, religion and voucher 150, is cost and voucher 150, other guardian occupation, father, guardian's occupation and voucher 150, also this father guardian and voucher 150 and Pune office and voucher 50, mark as alumnal and full resident and also an voucher 50 and so mark it alumnal. So now click here, mark as a primary key. Now go to its identity column and select yes. In session, right click relationship and add up. Now go to here and select this session. Okay, so now relationship, now this, select this and go to select session table, select the session ID and then select from here sessions, also add program. So now program, cancel, close, and remove the E, and then right click relationship, select this and program, and also program ID. Okay, the third one is class ID. So now add class, select class ID, to select class ID and press OK. Then select user ID, user table, user ID, also user ID. Then OK, and then close. Now right click here and student, enter the table name, which is student table. Now press OK button. Now the table is program session table. Program session table. Here we are adding sessions to program, sessions to program. Right click, here we are assigning program to sessions. So now write program sessions ID, user ID, integer, session ID, program ID. Now remove this E. Details, or maybe right here title, and now here 150, RG date, registration date, and now write description column also a, which is inward char 300 length. So now select is below null, select this is a prime, this one column is a primary key, and also identity true, and now select right click relationship, and now mark the relationship of these foreign keys with their primary key table. So now select this and also program, and now program ID, and also their program ID, add another one like, and session. So now session table, also select session ID and also a session ID. Okay, and then press, then also on user ID, and also user ID, and now press OK button. Close, right click and program session table, enter the name of this table. So now press OK button. Now right click and create another one table is program sessions. So now create the student promote table, the student promote table. So now student promote ID, Now remove this promote ID and now student ID, class ID, program session ID, promote date, annual fee is float, annual fee data type is float, and now the status is promote. It's mark a promote stat. So now right here is promote bet, and now remove this, and so by default it's true. And now here is the is submit fee, and also bit by default it's a 1 means true. And there this is a section ID. Now place here below the program sessions ID. So now this attributes mark as a primary can also set the property as intriguing is entity is true. Now right click here, go to relationship, press add button, and now set the relationship between these tables. So now select the student table and select the student ID. So this select student ID, and also here select the foreign key columns of this table. So now press OK button. Now click and add another one. So now select the class table, yeah, this one, and select the class ID, and also select class ID and press OK button. So now program sessions ID. So select program sessions table, and now select the primary key of these columns. So now here is program, also program session ID. So now press OK button. Now section, so add another one and select your section table, and now primary key and also here section ID. So now press OK button. Now close and right click and enter this table name, which is student promote table, and now press OK button. Right click, sorry, remove this, and now table. Another one is attendance table. So now add the attendance table. Students attendance. So now student attendance ID and session ID and class ID and student ID and attendance date also attend time. It is a time. And now select this field as a primary key, and now its identity is yes. And now section, so now sorry, sessions ID and right click and relationship, add select session, table. Now select the primary key and also a foreign key and press OK button. Now select the class. Now go to the class, which is this, and select the primary key and also select here foreign key and press OK button. Now student table, select student table and select their parent primary key column, primary key attributes. Now select here also student ID. These must be same their data types. So now student ID and student ID. So now press OK button, close, right click and write the student attendance table and press OK button. Okay. Now right click. Before that, right click and refresh. Okay. In this annual table, we are adding the fee of annuals. Okay. So now annual ID, user ID, program ID, title, fees, which is float, is active, means status, and it must be true by default. And I'll write the description also. Add the description field also, and version speed 300. In this table, we are adding per program fees. Means science, it's 200 and means per science. So science fee is a $50 per month, and arts it's a fee is a 150 per month dollars, and like this. So now select this first one field and attributes and mark as a identity, and also it's be a primary key. So now also set this uh, as a primary key. So and also right click here and set the relationship of these foreign key columns. So now add the press button and go to the select the primary key table. So now select the primary key columns, and also from also here sorry, it's yeah, okay. Now also select the program. So now program tables and select the program ID and also program ID and press OK button. Close, right click and save this table the name of annual tables, annual table. Now press OK button. Now right click and add another table. It's exam table, exam ID, user ID, title, and varchar 150, start date, end date, and description, and varchar 300 set as a primary can also through the identity column, identity property of this column. And now right click here in relationship and micro relationship between these two tables. So now select the user and also primary key, then foreign key of this column with this table. So now close, right click and exam table. Press OK button. Now right click table, add exam marks table, exam marks table. So now marks ID, exam ID, class subject ID, and student ID, user ID, total marks. It's a subject total marks. So now subject total marks, float. Also here a subject obtain marks, float. Now select this primary key and is yes. Also right click here and relationship. So now press add button, select the exams, select primary key field. Also is now exams. So now foreign key field, foreign key table, foreign key. Press OK button, and now class subjects, open. Class subject, select the primary key and foreign key and press OK button. Now click on student. So now select student table, class subject table, exam table. Now select student table. So now student ID, now student ID, press OK button. So 1 2 3 4. So also add the user relationship, the table. So now user and user ID, also user ID, press OK button, close, right click and add marks, exam marks table, OK button, right click in the table, submission fee table, submission fee table. So now add the submission fee table, submission fee ID, user ID, class ID, student ID, class ID, student ID, amount, float, program ID, submission, date, so date, fees month, fees month, also description. primary key, and also to the identity specification. Right click user tables relationship, add, and go to close. First close this, and then go to user ID. Now select user table. I select the primary key and also for foreign key. Press OK button. Now add another one between the class table. So now select class table, class ID, and select class ID. Then between the student table. So now student ID, and select student ID. Press OK button. Create relationship with program table through this program ID. So program table, program ID, and program ID. Press OK button. Close and right click and enter the name of table. So now submission, or maybe the name with the name of fee submission table. Press OK button. Now select this is true. Yeah. Right click and refresh. Then right click and add another table. Fee submission table. Submission at the timetable. So now timetable ID, timetable ID, user ID, staff ID means employee ID, start date or stop ID, no date, it's not date, it's start time. This is the class start time and class end time. So now end time. And I'll also write the time here, day, class subject ID, and is active means status. By default it's be true. Now primary key, and also yes, and then right click relationship. So now create relationship with the user ID. So now select user table, select user ID, and also user ID, and press OK button. Staff ID, here we want to create the staff table. So now create the class subject ID. This relationship you are creating after the creating of this top table. So now create the class subject ID. So class subject, yeah, this one is the, so class subject ID and also class subject ID. Press OK button and then close and right click and timetable, time TBL table. Now press OK button. So now timetable, and now school, now create the school leaving table. Means students want to leave the school. So this table will keep the record of these students. School living table. So now school living ID, user ID, student ID, class ID, living date, even reason, even comments. We also created date. Created date means certificate. The living certificate is created on this date. So now here is the date. Create date. So now select this column is a primary key and also set the identity specification is true. And now right click and relationship, use student ID. So now first create the user ID relationship with user table. So now select user table, select the user ID and now also the user ID. Okay, now in the student ID, so click student table and now student ID, also the student ID. Okay, the class, so click class table, class ID and class ID, and now press OK button, close and right click and school living table. Students, now press OK button or press enter button from keyboard. So now this is the table which is keep record of students who leave the school. Right click and now add the expenses type table. Expenses type ID or expenses means we are doing the name, just name, and words are 150 and status is active and it must be by default true. Now select this column, for select a primary key and the specification is yes. Right click and expenses type tab and now press OK button. Now right click and add the expenses table. Expenses ID. Now copy the field name, enter here, integer, expenses date, um, expense date, sorry, date, amount, reason, 300, and also user ID. So now select this field as a primary, can also set that is identity field true. Expenses type ID. So now create relationship between expenses table and expenses type table. So now select the expenses type table. Select the expenses type ID and then press OK button also with user. So now Select user table, select user ID and also user ID and press OK button. Close and right click and expenses table, press OK button. Right click and refresh. Okay, so now add the event table. So event ID, event ID, event title, and varchar 150, event 1000, event date, allocation, and varchar 300, description, and varchar 300, and then user ID. Now select this, mark as your primary key, and now it's entity is true. User ID, right click, relationship, select user table, user ID, and also user ID, and press OK button, close, right click and event table, and then close. Right click, create another table, designation table. Designation table we added teachers, gatekeepers, principals, administrator or computer operator. These are the designation. So now create the designation table. So write the designation ID, user ID, its title means name, and now write the status is active. And it must be by default true. Select this, mark as a primary key and select the column is true. Now right click here, create the relationship, this table with the user table. So now user table, select user ID and also user ID and press OK button, close, right click and type the name is designation table. Now press OK button. Now right click and add staff table. So now staff table of ID, integer, user ID, user ID, now name and varchar 150 and designation ID, contact number. In this tab table we are at the employees. It's maybe a teacher, it's maybe a gatekeeper, principals, administrator, accountant or operators and so on. These tables keep the record of employees. Contact number, it's basic salary, email address, and varchar 300. Email address maybe up to 150. Market says allow address 300, qualification and varchar 500, then photo, then description 500, and then is active bit, and now this by default is 1. Now gender, home, phone, and varchar mm, it's used in case of emergency. So now, do you have any disability? Do you have any? Do you have any disability? Bet. It's by default 0. And now have disability. Disability yes. Then give us details. Detail and speak and varchar and varchar max. Are you taking any medications? Are you taking any medication? Wait. Select this, and by default it's a 0. If medication yes, then give us detail and varchar max. Any criminal of criminal offense against you and varchar max. If yes, no, this bit. So now bit, and it's by default 0. And now here if criminal offense yes, then give us detail and varchar max, and also the registration date. So now select this. So now select staff ID and select the primary key. And now this is select this primary key and also set the is identity column true. Yes. And now right click and go to relationship and now add a user table, user ID and user ID and press OK button. Close and also create the designation. So now relationship designation, nation table, designation ID and also the designation ID. Close and check user ID, designation ID and then press right click and type the name of staff table. Press OK button. Now go to the timetable and design and then right click relationship and add the relationship of this um, staff table. Select the staff ID and also a staff ID and press OK. Close, right click and save. Right click on table, staff and at the staff we are adding a staff attendance table. Staff attendance table. Staff attendance ID, staff ID, attend date, attend time, or maybe it's a coming time and just the close time, closing time. Check in, check out. Select this primary key, and also set as a identity column. Now right click, relationship, arrow. Now select the primary key table, which is staff, staff ID and also staff ID. OK. Close, right click, save the staff attendance table and then press OK button. Now right click and add the employee salary table. Employee salary table, employee salary ID. It's a payroll table. So now user ID, staff ID, amount, float, salary month, and voucher, salary year, and voucher and salary date, which is that. Now comments and voucher 500. Select this employee salary ID, the primary key ID, and also set the is identity column. Now right click relationship and then user type ID. So now select this is a user type table. So now user table, user ID, and also user ID. The another one is staff ID. So now add staff ID. Staff table, select staff ID and staff ID. Press OK button, close, right click, employee salary ID. Sorry, ID no. Right click, refresh, and change this table name, salary table, and press yes. Right click and go to design. Will be removed. OK. Now right click, relationship, employee salary ID, remove, and now add user table, user ID and user ID. OK. Add the staff ID, staff ID and staff ID. Press OK and close. Right click and save. Okay, so now another table is this employee salary. Now employee resume table. So now this is the database of school management system. Now remove these other tables. Now because this is the student base R means the from basics learning, advanced learning, this is enough these tables. So now create the diagram of this. So select all these all columns, right click and select all and press add button. Now close. Here you see the ARD of this database. Now select uh, select these tables, move. Zoom it, zoom. So this is the ARD of school management system. And next video we are creating the application for this database. So must subscribe and click on bell button for more our amazing project based videos in English, Urdu and Pashto. See you in next video.